Did I find out exactly what happened? No. Why? Because they're being a little tight-lipped about that one. Mind you, the president, Michael Bayless, was on this cruise along with a couple other people and VIPs from the company. Some of them and their families did get off in Cozumel yesterday. There was an ambulance because of a medical emergency yesterday morning, but both of those incidents were, and that's not even an incident with the family, in the morning time. So, like around 8 a.m. was the ambulance. Around before noon was when a lot of the family and VIPs got off. But this was not either one of those things. And for the record, medical emergencies, people getting put off for medical emergencies or having a medical emergency, there is no issue with disclosure regarding that the fact that it was a medical emergency. They're not going to disclose the details, but they don't have any issue saying it was a medical emergency. This situation, I was given the benefit of a doubt. I was like, oh, here's the thing. There was a ferry that came from Cancun and it came back very late. It came back so late, like they didn't even get all the people off the ship before 4:30, and the gangway's supposed to go up at 4:30. But of course, I mean, it was right there. The ship knew that those people were on their way back, and they waited for those people. In fact, the staff was over there where the security was. They were the last. Because I was like, why did I catch those people? Because I was out there looking for pier runners to see if anybody, especially from that ferry, was going to be running to catch this ship. But they was just moseying along like it was a thing to do. Like, hello, you guys are like 15 minutes late. Hurry up. But then after the last people came on board, I saw some of the Royal Caribbean staff that was over in security line, and I was like, well, that explains why they were taking their time. They're like, if they're not on this ship, that ship's not going anywhere. So we can get back when we get back. And as long as we just keep it moving, keep it pushing, right? And then after that, they did not roll up the gangway right away. They were like waiting. They're looking like they were looking for something or someone. And then off came some luggage, and then more luggage, and then luggage and a person, and then like multiple people. And I was like, okay, I was not the only one. We all who have balconies and we're looking for pier runners were like, what is going on? And so then I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe somebody did not make it back to the ship from Cancun or wherever else, right? And being that they didn't make it back, this must be their family members, and they're just going to get off the ship right along with them. But duh, they had just announced over the PA speaker for 4 people. I thought it was 3, but when I listened to the video, it was 4 total people to come to guest services. Now, the last time that happened, it was because they were looking for 2 guests 2 days earlier in Roatan who hadn't made it back to the ship yet. I think those people made it though. So I'm like, okay, this is a repeat of this. They're just making sure that the people are on the ship. And then, of course, I saw the luggage and all the people, right? And then I'm like, oh, that's why they called. They must be the family of the people that they called, and those people didn't show up, so they're getting off. Except for the fact that they had enough time to have packed up their stuff as well as their own stuff. That doesn't add up. So then fair little me, I'm like, okay, maybe and hopefully it wasn't a thing of there was some type of medical emergency or something more serious going on, which is the reason why that they were getting off, right? But I'm concluding, giving the benefit of the doubt, that is one of those 2 reasons. Somebody missed the port, or there was some other non-nefarious reason why they had to get off. It never dawned on me that they were being kicked off. But being that I am on this ship, and there were all those people, not just me, looking out at those people, and a whole bunch of people got to talking and posting, that's when we found out that the general consensus on the ship is that they were kicked off. Now, the question was, why? Interestingly enough, that has been pretty tight-lipped. In fact, I've spoken with some of my resourceful sources on this ship. And again, general consensus is kicked off. not a medical emergency, not one of the VIP families, kicked off. But they might have been one of the VIPs because they're not saying why they got put off. Even, okay, I've been on the ship, I haven't checked YouTube. But again, that's an unconfirmed source, and we don't know exactly the details of why, even if that was the situation. And from the looks of that lady and the sound of her displeasure, that didn't seem like a medical emergency. You be the judge.